Okay, so we're starting with the lowest item level character I have, which is my monk. And we're going to be opening vaults on 3 characters. First the monk, then the evoker, then the shaman. Shaman is one that's 2408 IO. The other 2 are just low, mythic plus, done some heroic rating, stuff like that, so their vaults aren't going to be that impressive. But we're going to open it anyway, see what they have, and then talk a little bit about the selections. Generally, I don't pick an item on the first day. I see what's available. If there's really only one option to take, then I go ahead and take it. In most incidences, though, I don't take it. I wait until I do the raid, and then after I do the raid, get a few other options. Basically, at the point that I know for sure something is an upgrade, is when I take it. And I would advise most people do that, as a lot of times people just rush. They're eager to get the gear, and unless you're in that cutting edge guild, if you're not competing for world first or top 5 or whatever your guild's after, and you need that cutting edge gear, I don't recommend getting your gear on the first day on Tuesday. You have a whole week worth of gearing to do, and I know I've made mistakes, got eager, thought for sure, oh, this must be the best one. What are the chances I get a neck piece this week, which is probably the hardest item to get for a healer, since everybody wants them and usually healers are last priority. And then sure enough, I select that item, and sure enough, I go to raid and I get a great neck drop, or had a chance at one at least, or open one in one of my other boxes, and then I'm kicking myself for taking it. So I would just advise most people don't take anything on the first day. There's no rush. So as I said before, I am starting with my monk. You should see him here in a second. And he does not have very much in the vault. He did a few heroic raids bosses, but I think he's only got one item from heroic. Did no mythic plus and did some delves. So he probably only has 3 items. Make sure I'm set. Since I'm getting so few items, I want to make sure I'm in this Weaver. A lot of times I go with a different spec because I just want to get solo weapons. If I look here, I have a 603 agility polearm and a 615 intelligence that I won't change out. So this is actually a good example where I'm going to go ahead and change my loose spec to Windwalker. Most of the good trinkets that you get are universal. They can be used for either. So for the instance, this is a physical one for my agility dagger. I don't even have on. And then this one is main stat. You see intelligence, agility, strength. So that could be used for either. I really don't have any other ones, so I can try to shoot for a trinket, but again, a lot of them are universal. So I honestly would rather just get an improved polearm as opposed to taking a risk with the trinket. But now that I'm looking, they are champion, and I don't think I have a champion item or a hero item to get. So this one actually can't be replaced. So now I'm only looking at trinkets. And if I'm only looking at trinkets, then I can see that I have that physical damage one. So I do want to try to go for a healing trinket. So that's what I'm hoping for, because this is actually harmful melee abilities. So I do melee abilities with a physical damage, but they don't do anything else for me. They don't give me haste at the end of it. Physical damage itself doesn't increase unless it's tied to my specific abilities. Unless it's Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick, and Spinning Crane Kick. So those would all do more damage because of the proc, but that proc wouldn't count into the healing. So it's no good for healing. So we're going to go ahead and open it. All right, let's see. Trinket, trinket, trinket. Of course not. So we have no trinket. This obviously is a no-go because it's 584. We have 668 items. So we're strictly going for eye level here. I do have a set item, 2 set items, so that could actually help because I only have 1 set item right now. So it'd be really nice to get both of those. I think I do have 2 catalyst charges. So what this is going to do is actually give me 4 set. So if I pick either one of these 2, I get 4 set because this will give me 2, and I have 2 catalyst charges this week. Might even have 3. And then I have a back piece. So we're going to look. That's higher. Definitely don't want that. Up. That's 10 eye level. that is 0 eye level. So this is an easy pick. So this is what I was talking about before, that I could wait, but there's 0 reason to wait because these are not upgrades. This is definitely not an upgrade. I could wait around and hope I get a 616 pair of shoulders, and then take for the sockets, but this is very devalued now right now because you can get sockets and just buy them, and those are going to continue to get cheaper and cheaper. So if you can't get sockets on your gear, you're actually not really buying power. You're getting a couple of eye levels out of this is all, because you get some extra crest. But if you're capping crest, then this does nothing for you. So we're going to go ahead and grab this so I can get my 4 set, and getting 4 set at the beginning of the week is going to be a big up in both raids and Mythic Plus, and even in the delves. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. All right, and that's it for my monk. I'm going to go ahead and get it on in Catalyst Charge. Some of you guys might want to see that, so we'll go ahead and do that for you. Especially if you don't play the game, this may be something you want to see. Very simple to do. The Catalyst is right here. Used to be way off in the mountains somewhere in the old expansion, but in the new expansion they put it right here. So we're going to go ahead and open everything up. This is going to be absolute upgrade because it's both tier piece and it's 616. And then I like to get rid of stuff right away to keep clean. You'll see that when you watch me play. I like to keep things very clean and tidy. You see my bags here. I have barely anything. So now that I know that, I can come here. Interesting thing is you have no idea what your charges are. So people complained about this. Oh, I don't know how many charges I have. But actually all you have to do is put in an item, and then it tells you. You see I have 2 charges. So we're going to go ahead and transform that. Okay. We don't care about the stats because we just want to get tier. And you can see I take that back. We have 3 pieces we can get. So we want, that one has leech. Let's see, crit haste, crit verse, haste verse. So we're going to look at this. This one gives haste. I generally like verse more. So we're going to keep the verse, and we're going to go ahead and transform this. It keeps it the same. And then we're going to keep this one the same because we want to keep the verse. This one, the verse goes down. This one, we lose the verse altogether. We don't want that. So we're going to go ahead and do this one. There it is. And we now have 4 set. So that's how it works. Easy peasy. One quick thing I can show you while we're here is you can actually take these, and sometimes you can change out the statistics. So if you take an item that is not tier piece, like the waist, it'll actually convert it to this. First of all, you can get the set item so that it looks the same through transmog. It'll match the rest of your tier set. Okay, let's do the bracer, see if that one changes. See, this one goes from haste mastery to haste verse, which I may want to do because mastery is not that good for us. At least I don't like it. You get so much of it anyway. To me, it just feels bad to get higher and higher haste or mastery. It's supposed to be good in raids, but I don't like it. It's the lowest of our stats. I personally don't like anything that only gives healing, and that's what this does, is only give healing. So I would rather take crit haste, master, and versatility because it also gives damage. So we're going to not do this, but this is just an example of what you could do. And it would be a good idea for me because I can go from haste mastery. I don't like mastery. I like verse instead, and then I can get some verse instead. So that's the way you can use the catalyst charge. Some people don't know about. All right, and that's it for her. And we do our dragon. This one has quite a bit. I did some Mythic Plus, but I wasn't very high rated. I think it's 610 items I get for Mythic Plus. I got 1 or 2 of those. I should have 3 actually of some sort of Mythic Plus, 606 or 610. I did heroic raid. Did I clear? I think I got all but 1 boss down. So I should have at least 2 decent size juicy items from the raid. And then I did delves. I think I did 4, might have only been 2. But I should have 1 or 2 items from the delve. So this is going to be juicy. Then what I was talking about before as far as what spec to choose, again, this is something I highly recommend you consider. A lot of people don't even think about it. They're so eager to get the vault, but you really should slow down and look at what you need. All of these take intelligence, and all of them, for the most part, are going to require the same trinkets. Obviously, with preservation, you have a chance of getting a better healing-only trinket, but you know, there's not that many of those, actually. Most of the best ones, like these two, are actually best in slot. Both of them. And they both just give flat out intelligence with a non-use effect. So you get a lot of those. So it kind of doesn't matter. But just in case there's an interesting healing trinket, I'm going to go ahead and pick Preservation. And then the only reason I wouldn't is if I said, okay, well, if I do that, I get a healing trinket, but I might need this damage trinket. And I've had that situation before where I just didn't have a damage trinket. So I'm running around as Devastation, either doing solo content or delves or whatever it is, and I don't have a damage trinket. But in this case, I do. So there's no reason to consider that. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep my loot specialization in Preservation, see if maybe I get some sort of unique healing item. And here we go. All right, let's see. So I got 626, 616, 616. That's from the raid. That neck is looking really nice if I can use it. 610, 610, 613. I don't see anything. A fist weapon. That's strange. Okay. I didn't know they had. Oh, I guess for shaman, intelligence fist weapons, and dragons can use it, I guess. Okay. This is looking really nice. This is obviously out 2 616 items, so I did 4 delves. This is a horrible trinket. You can use it if you want, but it's just, I don't want to worry about trying to jump after 30 seconds and timing it and setting up a weak aura. Just not something I'm interested in. And my understanding is it's not actually that great of a trinket anyway. It's kind of mid, maybe mid-high. So I'm not taking that. And then we just have some regular. This is my understanding again is it's not very highly rated. So I'm going to look at every option except the one I think I'm going to take, which is right there. All right, so 584 is out. That one's not worth. Definitely not worth. Other than maybe to get a hero. I think I have a hero trinket. Yeah, I do. So that one's not worth. I don't think I'm going to take this. I think if I did upgrade my weapon, it would just be to get the gilded version. So I don't think I would ever do that. I have a one-handed here that's hero as well. That one's out. That one's out. One-handed also, that's out. This one is a possible, but I just don't, it's not better than what I have, so why bother? This one is a possibility. Pants. Champion, champion. So one option I have here is to go to hero track pants, because I have champion track right now. That goes to 619, but at some point I'm going to want to upgrade it, and having the hero track now would be beneficial. And it's 10 eye level. I mean, it's a free 10 eye level. That's not bad. This one's only 603. So what I'm getting here is 10 eye level. So that's what you want to look at. Obviously, highest eye level is best. That 626 item looking really nice. But if it's a 10 eye level upgrade for either of these two, it kind of doesn't matter which one you take until you get above 619. So the advantage with this one is it's 2 full tiers above 619, which means it's going to save you 6 Gilded Crest. So this saves you Rune Crest, this saves you Gilded Crest. Gilded Crest a lot harder to get, and it's a very good chance I won't cap out each week with this character. So again, this one is definitely looking the best, and we go ahead and look at it. Receive healing from allies gives mana back to them, and also gives me verse. So haste, mastery, and some verse. Haste is my best stat. It's got a ton of it. Mastery is fine. Not my favorite, but it's fine. It's the lowest stat that you need, but having some of it is okay. And then it gives me verse, which is also a great stat for me, especially with M+. Then we look, and I already have it at 626. So this just became an obvious option. So I don't need that because I already have it. So we go ahead and grab the pants. And that is unfortunate. That's okay. We're going to get an upgrade here anyway. And we're going to go out here and put that on. If I remember right, it was a tier item. So really this is no catalyst, no nothing. We just come out here and we just go ahead and equip our 616. And then we can go ahead and do some cleanup. I will not need either of those. These are 554. Go ahead and get rid of that. Like I said, I'm a clean person, and I don't need that either. Okay. And we're all cleaned up. And we are 613 eye level, so that's not bad at all. All right, and we're done with the Evoker.